There's always truly a feel-good Friday, or any day of the week, whenever I have a visit from Associates in Pediatric Therapy, because they bring me the patient of the month, and it's always a great story. Today is no exception. This guy is really, really cool. He is a triplet. He is Simon, who is the patient of the month from Associates in Pediatric Therapy. Before we get to his story, let me introduce you to Caroline Scott, who is the marketing director. All right, Caroline, this is fun, because what you really see is the fruits of your labor at Associates at Pediatric Therapy. Kids who are excelling and, you know, fulfilling their dreams, really.
Yeah, absolutely. We love the patient of the month. Obviously, we have so many that we could, you know, nominate, and so it's always exciting to hear their story and see how they have really defied, you know, anything that they've just gone above and beyond what anybody expected.
Yes, every challenge. And I think as parents, all of us want our children to face the challenges and succeed. Simon certainly has done that. His parents are here, Amy and Steve. All right, so I'll chat with you folks a little bit. First of all, Steve, if you would, tell me a little bit about Simon's story and the challenges that he's faced and overcome.
Well, obviously he was a triplet. He was the third of the three that were born. His sisters, Ruthie and Lorelai, are backstage. So they definitely do a lot of the talking for him. But he's just amazing, just some of the things that he's had to overcome. Yep. He's still nonverbal at 4 years old, but he uses his iPad to communicate with us. He is an amazing speller.
Yes.
We found that out about a year ago. He can spell so many different words that you wouldn't think a 3 or 4 year old could spell. Most kids are spelling cat and dog when they learn. He was spelling xylophone and zebra, jellyfish. I mean, just really long words. And now he knows his states and state capitals.
Fantastic.
And
I still struggle with that.
Yeah.
So, you know, spelling, sometimes I had my son Jackson was like that, in that he had this very good, it's a memory thing. That's how they learn, is memory. And he learned that way, and it was something that really paid dividends later on, because you talk about things like Latin if you're trying to get into the medical field. The fact that he can spell so well and understands words, that's fantastic. Okay, Amy, now you got to, as a mother, when you found out you were having triplets, really the emotions, you have to be going both ways. Wow, it's kind of scary. On the other hand, it's exciting. How did you feel?
I was actually really terrified. So,
that's okay.
That's what happens when you have kids. I was actually really terrified. I don't really remember much through the first initial doctor visit, and he pretty much did all the talking, and yeah, we pretty much were planning car seats, cribs, and all that fun stuff. So
you were telling me, well, I was reading that you were saying that Simon, when he first started walking, how exciting was that? Because now apparently he can outwalk his siblings, right?
Pretty fast, yes.
He's pretty fast.
Yes, he's really fast. He struggled crawling and all of that. I mean, he's pretty stubborn. I think he gets that from his daddy.
Dad always gets that attribute.
Always,
yeah.
Right. So we had to put stuff in his onesies to get him off his belly, and then we had to use food to get him to move across the floor for armor crawling, and we still use food to get him to move, and then he just started taking steps. And the first time we did it was to his aunt, and seeing her reaction was...
It's okay, buddy. It's okay. It won't last too much. And I have to ask you, how were you introduced to Associates in Pediatric Therapy?
Through First Steps. We mostly had... all of our therapists pretty much came from Associates in Pediatric Therapy, and they helped Simon, they helped his sister Ruthie, and helped his sister Lorelai. So they've all been through Associates in Pediatric Therapy. And Lo has graduated, so she's overcome everything, and Ruthie's still in speech and still doing really well, and I just thank them for everything that they've done for us.
Fantastic. Recommendations, if folks are out there and they say, I'm facing similar challenges with my children, I've been told that I may have some issues, would you recommend Associates in Pediatric Therapy?
Absolutely. They treat your kids like they're their own, and they are excited to see them. They love them, remember them. They still remember their old therapist, and just they've brought them the iPad and have helped him communicate with it, and that to us is like the biggest blessing.
Let's talk a little bit about that. Okay, Kayla, you were telling me that with this device, that actually he can maneuver this better than you, right?
Oh, he is so good. I'll take it. Yeah. He is so good with his device. He uses both hands. He just navigates through it so quickly to find the pictures or spell out the words that he needs. The program that he has is a picture-based communication system. So there are pictures for pretty much whatever you would need to say, but then there are words that are not in there, and so since he's such a good speller, he can use the keyboard function on the device to spell out something if he doesn't have a picture symbol for it. But he's really quick with it. He can combine multiple picture symbols to ask permission for something, to make requests, or just to tell me what he wants or what he wants to talk about. Mom mentioned that he likes, or Dad mentioned that he likes the states and the capitals and stuff. I actually have a states book at the preschool where I see him, and so we started looking at that a little bit yesterday, and I would give him some choices, and okay, which state do you want to look at next? And he would spell out and tell me which one he wanted to look at.
This must make your work very rewarding, because when you see a child like Simon who's really progressing and learning, it's like, okay, the fruits of my labor, I can see them and enjoy them with Simon.
Oh yes, absolutely. He's so much fun to work with. He does something new to surprise me every time I see him, every week. And it's hard to explain, but on the device, if you want to use plural nouns, you have to hold the button down and then select the plural form of the noun. He figured out how to do that and does that
at 4 years old.
On his own, yeah.
See, there's a lot of 4 years old. I struggle with that. Come on. That's fantastic. Simon, you're a handsome young man. Congratulations. You're the patient of the month. And I haven't had a chance yet to ask you, Steve. Okay, we talked about his first steps and how exciting that was for Amy. How about you? Was there a moment when you go, man, your chest swells up as a father and you go, I'm really proud of Simon?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it seemed like he struggled for so long that first year or two, and then around 2 years old when he started taking off, and now you just can't keep up with him, as you can see.
As I can see. Hey, it's all good. Simon, congratulations to you, young man. You've got a bright future. Associates in Pediatric Therapy. Caroline, if they need to contact you, what's the easiest way to do that?
Yes, they can go to our website at kidtherapy.org, or they can give us a call, 633-1007. So... Yep, we offer speech, physical, and occupational therapy and behavior therapy as well.
And a lot of partnerships, too. If you guys have an issue that you cannot handle, you have partnerships with other folks.
We love to partner with other kid facilities. So, yeah, we can find, pretty much anything to help your family. We love families like this that really are on board, and we call that the dream team. So,
you and your husband, Bob, heart of gold. So this is perfect work for you. Kayla, you as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your work with Simon.
Thank you very much.
And Steve, Amy, congratulations. Simon, we'll see you later, okay? Someday I'll be working for you. Thank you, my man. Appreciate it. All right, once again, our patient of the month, Simon. Coming up here.